Hey guys, what's going on? It's Hyrule Sentinel back again today with the top 10 things, my personal list of the top 10 things not to do in Ultimate Chicken Horse. Now, we're just going to go through these fast and it's going to be good. Here we go. Number 1. Don't always pick the same map each time. Have fun, check out all the different stuff. There's a ton of different maps. Enjoy them, have a good time, check out all the different stuff. There's a ton of different maps, and each one is special in its own way, as cheesy as that sounds. And along with user-created maps and the default levels that there are, you really have a lot of different potentials with the more levels that you go on that you don't have if you only stick with one level instead of 15 or so. Different levels have different special features that are only there, and it's really just more fun if you don't stick with the same one. As I say, variety is the spice of life. Number 2. Variety is the spice of life. Also, modify things. Don't keep with the same settings each round. Do things like lava or flaming tennis balls. Make characters bigger or smaller. You want zombies? You want ghosts? Any of that? You want lower gravity? Do it. Have a good time with it. This game, one of the biggest strengths of this game is that you have the potential to make a level that is uniquely yours because of all the different things that there are. You have endless potential. So really, just take the time. Play things your own way. Modify things, shake it up, have a good time. Number 3. Don't play by yourself. Play with other people. The more people, the merrier it is, and the more fun you have. Honestly, that's a large part of the game, is having fun playing with other people, because if you're playing by yourself, you're just really designing levels. And if you're only playing with one other person, I mean, sure, it's fun, but wouldn't it be more fun if you had more people to play with? And honestly, people in this game are for the most part very wholesome people, and it's a good time. So just have a good time with it. Play with other people. Next up, number 4. Don't make the level impossible. If you make it so that there's no way to complete the level, it's honestly a pretty scummy thing to do. It's not fun for anybody, and it just wastes everybody else's time. The only potential I can see for this, in my opinion, being okay, is if you are ahead of other people and you've been trying to beat this person, you're close ahead of them, and you want to win this round, and it's the last round, so you want to win the game, and you're ahead of them, you make it so that they can't score any points, you can't score any points, there you go. But most of the time, it's just scummy to try and make the level impossible each time. It's just not cool, and it's no fun for anybody else playing. Number 5. Don't make the level either too easy or too difficult. Now this may seem like a given, but if you're constantly making the level more difficult for yourself and you can't complete it any of the times and other people can, you're not doing yourself any good, and you're not going to win like that. On the same level, making level too easy makes it boring for everyone. Even if someone can die each round, it can just get boring, and that's not what you want. So you want to make sure that you make the level at least moderately difficult. Number 6. If someone has this crazy design built, where they have like a wheel spinning, a whole bunch of crazy stuff, and it's really interesting and really intricate, and you can tell it took them time to make or something because they went through a whole bunch of different rounds, don't just nuke it all. Find other ways to get around it. It's part of what's making the level so different and so interesting right now. Don't just nuke it. Take the time to enjoy all the intricacies of the level and have a good time with it. Number 7. Don't hover. And when I say hovering, I mean waiting for someone to place something and then grabbing a bomb from the box and then following someone around immediately to blow up whatever it is they place because you're upset with them or something. It's not cool, it's kind of scummy, no one likes it, and it's just not fair. It's fair, it's in the rules, but it's just not a cool thing to do, so just don't do it. Number 8. Don't play cheap too much. Now when I say don't play cheap too much, I mean it's okay to play cheap now and then, to do things like place barbed wire or spikes directly off of the spawn so that people can run into it, or stand on top of a punching thing to hit other people with when they get to it. That's perfectly fine, but don't do too much of it to the point that that's all you're doing. Because if that's all you're doing, that makes the game a lot less fun for everybody else, and it's not cool. It's a lot of these rules just come down to that. Don't be mean to other people through how you're doing it. Have a good time with it, and let everybody else have a good time with it. What number are we on? Number 9. Don't get upset and leave if you're losing. Even if you're not winning at the moment, still have a good time with the game, because that's what the game's about. You can have totally fun rounds even if you don't win a single round of the game. It doesn't matter if you win or lose. It literally does come down to how you play the game. And if you're playing the game and having a good time, winning or losing doesn't really matter. Number 10. Don't delay other people from moving on to the next round if you're trying to do something that you know you can't do for an eternity. Because, number 1, people can kick you for doing that. Number 2, even if they don't, it's just annoying and it wastes everybody's time. If you know you can't do it, don't try for the 39th time. You just can't do it. Just hold B or whatever button it is for people who play with different controllers. Give up, move to the next round. Pretty simple. So those are my top 10 tips for what not to do when playing Ultimate Chicken Horse. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. If you do, make sure to hit the like button, and I may release a couple more.
다시 불러봐